What's happening?
Hey, is this Chip Gay?
It is. Well, sometimes.
What's going on, man? Let me go ahead and give you the introduction that you deserve, all right? All right, let's see if I can get this right. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we have on the phone with you the Killer Saw Kick Machine, the Arrow of Atlanta. That's two. Some call him the South's best kept secret, but most of them call him Georgia's top prospect. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the self-proclaimed James Dean of professional wrestling, made in Kennesaw, wrestling's last rebel, do or die, Chip motherfucking Day.
That's a lot of names.
Chip, I'm on the phone. We're on the phone right now with myself, of course. I got the Heroes and Legends champion, Drew Skills, the bearded wonder, Zane Paisley, and let me get this right, Kevin Sullivan's favorite referee, Sign Guy.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, Chip, before I pass it to the guys and stuff, of course, I want to get some basic information about you and stuff, man. Tell us how long you've been in the business, who trained you, and why you decided to get into professional wrestling.
All right, so in June, it will be my 13th year as a regular time, like full-time professional wrestler. But in January, it will be, like the 16th anniversary of my first match. So yeah, like I've been around a while. And then what made me want to be a pro wrestler? Honestly, like it's weird, but like the first memory that I remember being like captivated by and being like, oh man, I want to wrestle was that concussion angle that they did with Shawn Michaels right after he got jumped in that bar. And like I just saw him on the mat and I was like, oh man, that poor dude. Like the more I look back on it now, I was like, that captivated me enough to want to do this craziness every single week. So yeah, man, Shawn Michaels. That's the reason I wanted to be a pro wrestler.
Now, I've got to say, man, like you've come so far, and of course, you know, a lot of guys. One of the biggest attractions from you was always, hey, Chip Day has his look. But you know, a lot of people have seen you can say that your work rate is unbelievable. What do you guys say to your detractors now? Because I just talked to you on, Messenger on Facebook and stuff, and you're in the gym right now. We can tell from the background noise. What do you guys say to all your detractors who say that you gotta have a certain look to be successful in professional wrestling?
Man, for the longest time, I've always said, like, I've been getting looked past for a long time because I don't have six-pack abs and baby blue eyes. You know what I mean? I'm not built for a Calvin Klein ad. I'm built for battle. I'm built for competition. So like, and I don't think you necessarily have to have that ripped up look, but like, you got to look like an athlete. I've been an athlete all my life, and it's now I've started killing myself in the gym and actually taking it a little bit more seriously. So I'd say I'm on my way to any of my detractors. Watch me. 20 bucks says everybody will remember me when they see me on their TV.
Oh yeah. Now he was trained by some of the best who's who of Georgia wrestlers. Saul Renaro, Corey Chavis, Jimmy Ray, Murder One. What was something that you learned from each one of them that in like the past?
Give me 2 seconds. 3, 2. Oh, I'm in the middle of the set. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think. All right. So Murder and Chavis, they taught me to slow down, but still be aggressive and have that killer instinct and that mean streak in me. I think that shows a lot these days. Jimmy and Sal, they more taught me how to think about stuff and where to put stuff and when to do it and why to do it. And then like Terry Lawler and Frank Paris, man, they taught me to be fearless. Like I've told this story a lot. Frank Paris was actually the first person to get me to do anything in a wrestling ring. I was 9 years old, and he told me to get up on the top rope and give him a Hurricane Rana. So like, I knew how to do a Rana before I knew how to fall safely. Which and at 9 years old too. So like I really consider myself like super lucky to like come up around the guys that were coming up in Georgia around that time, because it was like a crazy names like of just talent. Like we had Jason Cross, amazing talent that gets overlooked a lot. John Phoenix, David Young, like all these wild card guys that were national names back in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, all really valuable lessons coming up. So I'm lucky.
Chip, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Kevin Coleman's favorite referee. Sound guy, what do you have any questions for Chip?
Sure. Chip, I know that you said you've been an athlete all of your life. Was there any type of sports that you did to try to prepare you for professional wrestling, as far as getting into shape and maybe getting a base foundation of athletics before you were able to full-time get into professional wrestling?
You know, I found wrestling at such a young age. Like I came up playing basketball and baseball when I was a kid, so like I had like good explosiveness because of that, I think. And I also did I did Taekwondo when I was younger. I was a little hellion. I got my belt taken away from me like 4 times at one point. So like I did all that. And then like in middle school, like, you know, I was already obsessed with wrestling, and like going into high school, they were trying, like, they were having tryouts for wrestling teams, and I went to do amateur wrestling, and I realized I was not in any kind of shape that I needed to be. So I was like, I'm gonna stick with going up to these shows in North Georgia and getting in the ring and just learning from professional wrestlers that way. So, but yeah, man, baseball, basketball, Taekwondo, and that was really my base. My mom never wanted me to play football because it was too rough, but for some reason she would drive me to Light City Gym in North Georgia and let me get in the ring with guys that were 3 times my size and practice being a professional wrestler at 10 and 11 years old. So yeah, it's really weird, but yeah, that's the athletic background.
You were 11 years old getting in there. If there were kids today that are, say, 11, 12 years old wanting to get into professional wrestling, what advice would the Chip Day of right now have for them?
Don't get in the ring at 10 and 11 years old. I'm more beat up now than I ever thought I would be. I tell that to guys that started helping me out when I was little. I was like, I really should have taken them seriously when they told me I was going to be in pain all the time, you know? So, it's, take your time, like, train, build your body first. But like, that's me now. If I was 15 years old, I'd say, yeah, like, do what you want to, but you shouldn't feel like you're 50 and you're, you know, in the mid-20s. So, yeah, I'd say wait and possibly keep going to school.
Is there anything that you do right now as far as maybe supplements or an exercise program or some sort of CrossFit or something to try to keep your body ready for being in the ring, to try to get past some of the bumps and bruises and the aches and pains?
Yeah, man. You know, like I'm on this 28-day trainer right now, and like I'm actually in the middle of it. Like I've got 2 more weeks left of it, and it's killing me. Give me like 20 seconds. I got a job set I got to finish. Is chicken over workout right now? Yeah, that's me killing myself. The trainer I'm doing right now is called the Run Everything Labs Purpose Trainer. You can find it online. It's hell, man. But I'm seeing some results. I'm seeing really fast results, actually. Like, you know those memory things that pop up on like Facebook and stuff? Like I'm getting pictures like every single day pretty much. And I'm looking how much I've changed within the last year or so. So yeah, man, if anybody wants to try this and get fast results on it, REL Purpose, that's the truth. Supplements, you know, like I take pre-workout, I drink protein shakes, just supplement protein intake, but like eat food, lift weights. Like that's really all I'm doing. So yeah, man, just eat real food, lift heavy weight. That's what I'm concentrating on right now.
Now you're based in the Southeast, and that was where WCW was based out of as well. Do you find that a lot of fans in your area now still have a fondness for WCW and maybe even Georgia Championship Wrestling as far as the style of match they prefer?
I think so. You know, like I've gone to WWE events as a spectator, and like the one thing I remember hearing was, I wish, you know, there'd be more matches and less talking. And like the WCW, you got some talking, but it was usually those like 2 30-minute NWO segments, and then the rest was like just straight matches and like maybe like 2-minute backstage segments every now and then. But like I think people miss the athletic feel, like the big fight feel of it, like an actual sports competition. So like, yeah, I think Georgia and really the Southeast is they all just clamor for that real athletic competition feel, you know?
Is there anywhere in the country that you personally have never wrestled in before that you would like to get to before the end of your career?
Oh, man, yeah. There's, in the country alone, I want to go to California. I want to go to Texas. I want to go to Washington and like Oregon, like Pacific Northwest. I want to get to New York. I want to wrestle in St. Louis because that, you know, like that's big time old wrestling city, and like Dallas, like, you know what I mean, in Texas. Like I want to wrestle everywhere. Pay me, whatever. I don't care. I just want to wrestle.
Do you do a lot of scouting of YouTube videos and like the independent channel on Roku, things like that, to keep up with what's going on in different areas of the country, or do you primarily just focus on the Southeast?
Oh no, man, you can't limit yourself like that. I learned that a long time ago. Like I take in every kind of wrestling I possibly can. Like I love lucha, I love World of Sport British style, I love Japanese Kyoritsu, you know what I mean? Like I love everything. So like I try to take in as much wrestling as I possibly can.
In your area, who are some of the younger guys that you've been coming that look like they're going to carry the Southeast in the next few years?
You know, like there's guys like Team IOU, they've been around for a minute, man, and they're really good. And like outside the ring, we were really good friends. Adrian Armour's a really good talent. Like Siler Cross is good talent. A lot of guys like that are coming into AWE right now, and it's not even like confining them to the Southeast. Like guys like Trip Cassidy. God, really just anybody you see like on an AWE flyer or really in the world, like in the States right now, like I'm a big fan of pretty much everybody, like David Starr. Like I'm not going to confine to just Southeast because everybody's trying to go everywhere right now. So I think these are all names that are going to carry, professional independent wrestling on bigger and higher places.
Well, I'm going to pass things back over to Will Huckabee, so thanks for answering my questions, and I'll give you back to Huck.
All right, man, thank you.
But Chip, I want to get into some of your more recent things, man, because, of course, one of your monikers is the South's best kept secret and stuff. And of course, there's been people praising you on social media for years now, but especially the last couple of months. And you just made a couple of trips up north to CBW and out into the Midwest and everything. And one particular match that really stuck to me, of course, I was there in the building, was you versus Sami Callihan. What's your moniker, or how do you feel about now, you're starting to get out there, you're starting to get these big, high-profile matches and stuff. How is that so much different than what you've been used to?
Man, that match with Sammy, I think it definitely took me to another level. It showed me what wrestling on a different level was like, and I proved to myself that even though I get in my head a lot about stuff, I think I really am exactly what I say I am. And that's the best thing in the South that nobody really knows. And with that win over Sammy, I think a lot more people know me now than I think. So, man, really all I'm trying to do, man, is put Kennesaw, Georgia on my back and take it around the world and let everybody know what Chip Day's all about.
Now, a lot of people know, everybody, especially with Nakamura getting signed with WWE and stuff, everybody, of course, you've heard it on the independents, everybody's strong style this, strong style that. And of course, there are people going around saying that you're basically the king of Southern strong style. That you were doing this stuff, years before anybody ever really jumped on that train. And now, of course, you start seeing people doing the same style as you, mimicking a lot of your movesets and everything. What do you say to these people who are trying to be Chip Day and trying to get into this whole, Southern strong style gimmick? Or even tell, for our listeners who don't know what it is, tell our listeners what the Southern strong style movement is all about.
Man, all right. So Southern strong style is really it's a movement facing professional wrestling or athletic competition again, and it's got more of an MMA feel to it a little sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's what people love, man. It's that Memphis style with a lot more hard hitting strikes, a lot more submissions thrown in. But yeah, man, it's a movement trying to make wrestling cool again. And as far as anybody goes trying to be the next me or anything like that, it's a lesson I had to learn coming up. Just be yourself. Because, really, I modeled for a while there. I was trying to be little Davey Richards, but, he does him so well, you know what I mean? I don't need to try and be him. That's him. So, anybody that, if you like the style that we're doing, that's cool, but, I don't know. Don't bite my entire moveset, please. I gotta have something to do when I wrestle.
Speaking of Southern strong style, you was mentioning guys that, from Sound Guys' question about guys that you feel would carry Southern wrestling in the future and stuff. You're talking about Team IOU and Trip Cassidy. And you had a pretty big match with them this past Sunday. I wasn't in the building, but I saw the pictures. I saw, the hierarchy, which is you, Jimmy Ray, Murder One, Iceberg, and the Chikara Grand Champion and Kimberly. That y'all was a group forming up like Voltron. You guys was left laying and bleeding and stuff. But what was that all about, man?
It's still a really sore spot with me right now. Me and Iceberg and Murder, we had that match wrapped up. I was climbing up the top rope, and then Priscilla, my ex-girlfriend, came out, pulled my foot, and dropped me balls first on a steel turnbuckle. I guess she thought I was Timmy Lou. But like after that, man, I really don't remember a whole lot. All I remember is coming to, and Carrie Awful has my ex-girlfriend by the hair and is telling her to sit on my face. And I'm still pretty fucked up. So like, but I was cognizant enough to know what was going on. And you know what I mean? Like those breakups, they linger, and like feelings still linger. So like I wasn't just hurt physically, and like right now mentally, I'm trying to stay in the right frame of mind, but right now it's put me on a warpath, and I don't think anybody's safe right now until I get my hands on all three, or I'm not going to say all four because Priscilla does. Well, let's just say until I get my hands on the Cardis, nobody is safe in Atlanta.
See, I asked that question, Chip, because you said earlier that that Southern Strong Style is about MMA and stuff, and the whole Strong Style movement is about making wrestling cool again and stuff. And a company like AWE, and I've tried to explain on the show with Zane and Sanzai and Drew, is definitely not professional wrestling like our parents remember. It's very edgy. It's very adult. It's most of the time the shows are held inside of an adult establishment, inside like a bar somewhere. What is the fascination of AWE? What is the goal for AWE?
I've said it about, it's basically the hierarchy mission statement of today Georgia, tomorrow the world, man. We don't take the world over. As simple as that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, of course I love going to shows. I love being a part of the shows and everything. But there's a lot, like I said, not only are there a lot of attractions as far as AWE is concerned, but there's a lot of attractions as far as you are concerned. And everywhere from your look to your gear to the way you talk to the fans and stuff. Do you think that because we all know that professional wrestling is a mirror of society and stuff, do you think that AWE and how its business concept, how its shows are ran and stuff, do you think that is where the future of professional wrestling lies?
I think so. I think I think we've got that feel of authenticity about us. You know what I mean? We're real. You can feel that emotion. Hell, you stand ringside at one of our shows, and the emotion you could feel. Like you could touch out and really feel the emotion there. Like laying on the mat sometimes, and I'm feeling those people beat the mat. You feel that energy just hit you. And like it sounds cliche, and it sounds like, oh yeah, you can feel it, man. But like, no, we're doing something special in Atlanta. So like, it's yeah.
In your opinion, what's the difference between wrestling in the South, especially outside of Atlanta, where everybody still loves the old-fashioned wrestling, as Joshua would put it, and going somewhere like freelance wrestling or beyond wrestling or CZW? What's the main biggest difference that you see?
In my mind, I believe the difference is South is more, let's get these people off emotionally. It sounds weird, but like let's hook them up emotionally. And then I think like maybe like the difference in the North and is let's hook these people up with an awesome fireworks show. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but like that's how it seemed to me for a while.
All right, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and then I'm gonna pass it to Zane and stuff, of course, because he wants to get your social media stuff.
Okay.
You're the Kennesaw Kick Machine.
Yeah.
And Cedric Alexander is Mr. Kick to Kill. if there was a kicking contest, who would come out on top? You or Cedric?
There was actually that kicking contest at a little show called Show of the Year in December, and I walked out with that win. So I think, if judging by that track record, well, I don't know, because I think me and him are about even right now. So I don't know, man. I think we might lay each other out. It'd be like the end of Rocky. Like, he'd be like ding ding, and it'd be like both double knockout, and it'd be done.
All right, well, look, I'm gonna pass it on to the bearded wonder, the president of Beards and Zubaz, Zane Paisley. Zane, what do you got for Chip Zane?
Well, Chip, once again, thank you so much for coming on with us tonight. How can our listeners follow you on social media so they can know about your upcoming events?
All right, so like Twitter is way different than anything else. I'll get to that because there's a tiny little funny story about it.
Okay.
All right, so Facebook /ChipDay88, Instagram ChipDay88, and so like, okay, so on my Twitter for the longest time I was do_die88, and our beloved owner of Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment, Josh Wheeler, he would always give me shit and be like, you got to brand yourself, like the same, blah, blah, blah. It confuses people. Don't use underscores and make everything else the same. So I was like, okay. So I changed my Twitter handle to @_ChipDay88 because Josh Wheeler hates underscores and I don't care.
So you did it out of spite, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He still gives me shit about it, too, so.
Awesome. We've just got a couple more moments with you. What do you have to say to your fans listening right now?
Anybody that's listening is a fan of mine. I appreciate any and all support that anybody's given me through the years, or if you're just learning about me and seeing some of my work. Thank you for enjoying it. I'm just a dude that has loud kicks and some pretty sweet hair sometimes. So I appreciate that. It's nice that a kid from Kennesaw can garner so much love that I didn't even, realize I was ever setting out to get in this crazy world of pro wrestling. So yeah, just a big thank you to everybody else out there. And, like, people have been asking me about it. Like, you can get merch from me, but like, I don't have a pro wrestling tee store because I don't have enough followers on Twitter or something like that. But if you message me on Facebook or DM me on Instagram or Twitter, PayPal me some money, I'll put a shirt in a box and send it to you. It's personal interaction with the person that you're buying your merch from, which doesn't really happen that much anymore. I'm not Amazon, folks. I'm only one man.